Pleasure connecting with you all today. My name is Mo Fagir. I'm a principal consultant at ServiceNow, and I lead our delivery teams that support our customers rather in terms of accelerating time to value when it comes to our AI solutions, whether it's agentic AI, generative AI, or classical AI solutions. And with that, today I'm looking forward to. We all know there is transformational value, not incremental, that can be realized with AI. So I look forward to break it down in terms of the common questions we get. Is my data ready? What are the biggest opportunities that I have in terms of my organization and my data with AI there as well? So we'll look at tools, data-driven tools that can support you in that journey there as well. So with that, I'll share my screen and we can get started there. So if I just quickly go ahead and figure this out. Apologies, just a second. Just trying to work out the screen share there. We'll we'll essentially see in a second. Once I screen share is, I'll take you through the agenda while I just very quickly do that. We'll essentially go ahead and see the journeys that we can take with ServiceNow, some customer case studies as well. I'll talk about tools. We have just released yesterday a tool, analysis evaluation readiness tool that can support you in your journeys there as well. So I'll very quickly just trying to again, not sure the present. Oh, there we go. Okay, so let's look at that. I hope my screen is clear now to all of you there, and we'll apologies about that. So let's go right deep dive into it and see the power and the potential of the AI platform and how you can get directly started with that journey there. So we see already here in this slide very quickly before we go into how you can kickstart your journey there. Terms of the AI platform, whether we look at it in terms of AI for ITSM, ServiceNow is leading there, and we all know with the MoveWorks acquisition, will further provide you with the value, whether it's ITSM, HR, CRM, again, out of box value that you can immediately go ahead and take into account there. Whether we look at it from the employee experience and customer experience, again, ServiceNow is the leading in terms of the conversational AI platforms. And likewise, when we look at it in terms of AI agents there as well. So how can we go ahead and realize, bring about some of this transformational value in term for your organizations there as well? So with that, taken into account in terms of AI, data, and workflows, we've just seen we provide you with the leading AI capabilities, whether we look at it at the LLMs or even at a security governance layer there as well. You combine that with data and the workflow data fabric suite, you can bring and tap into data lakes, whether it's Snowflake, Databricks, or otherwise. You can tap into external connectors, into SharePoint, Confluence, or I can even connect into another ServiceNow instance or crawl the web. Or likewise, then bring all of that power into the workflows that you've already been leveraging there. And that is that transformational value that thousands of customers have realized there. And like we see here, there is transformational value with Oracle 94% deflection there. So how can we break it down and be able to start realizing this journey, even for your organizations there? With that, we empower you with many out of box use cases from ServiceNow there. If I just break this down into two, we all know the analysis skills. Those have been around in terms of single step generative AI workflows that can support my users there. So an agent can go ahead and just look into a summary versus having to read an entire incident or case log there. Likewise, with just a click, I can go ahead and generate an article. Not only that, we now brought about since the beginning of this year multi-step dynamic workflows through agentic AI, and that essentially can work side by side with your teams there as well in order to do work in a supervised or in an autonomous fashion. And there are already hundreds of these AI agents that are available. Like I mentioned now, how can we start realizing and bringing about these use cases there? So many times, when myself talking to C-level executives or our teams, they're working with our executives and customers in terms of helping them move towards and realizing this value with AI. Again, so whether we look at it, is my data ready? Whether we look at it as what are the use cases of value that I should look at? All of those areas, the security, governance, etc., those are areas that we can go ahead, whether we're using tools or frameworks in order to address those as well. And I'll highlight a journey first and take one, in the interest of time, I'll take one use case there and deep dive into that. Here you see an example there in terms of how you can take your organization through this AI journey, developed through hundreds of our customer implementations there as well. So there are many AI use cases and AI capabilities that we empower you, whether agentic, generative, or classical AI. So when we bring those about together in terms of a journey, let's say to go ahead and transform my service management lifecycle in an end-to-end fashion. When we look at the crawl phase, I can take it and analyze whether it's my tasks, incidents, requests, cases, or any of those in order to analyze what are the biggest issues that I have today in my organization, and accordingly, what are the biggest opportunities. I can evaluate my knowledge as well as all my content and see how far, in terms of quality, if there are any improvements there to be made there as well. Search and user experience, another big area. What have been the typical user search experience in my organization? What is the most popular content? What are the most common utterances that users leverage there? And that can help me complement my knowledge and content readiness there as well. There are other areas. CMDB obviously is a very pivotal area there as well. And again, we have CMDB health agentic tools that can do the work for you there as well. So this is how we can assess the platform foundations, understand where are the areas and opportunities that we have there as well. But likewise, there is the work where I can bring in the search, now assist, and workflow data fabric, bring in all my data, task intelligence to help me categorize, knowledge center, and AI native product to help me generate articles, find duplicate articles, go ahead and find opportunities or gaps there as well. That's a capability we have just released in terms of our latest release. Likewise, there's the out of box agents that we all know and we saw there are hundreds of there. And in the fly phase, that's where I can go ahead to analysis for creator. If I want to build up any content in ServiceNow or even vibe code with the build agent, seeing the transformational value that can bring there in minutes versus having to take weeks and months there in terms of development. Likewise, bringing process mining and autonomous operations there, transforming your organization, moving your organizations to a self healing future, which you can see, for instance, with the likes of Orica, 94% deflection, take PepsiCo 80%. So customers are realizing in the 80s and 90s in terms of deflection versus just the 10, 20, 30s that we were realizing in terms of Gen AI space there as well. I'll take one example in terms, if we look at the crawl, how can I assess and look at the opportunities there? We talked about task search and content readiness there. So in terms of if I just take one of those to deep dive and look at it, we have the task analysis. There's a capability, automation discovery. They can help you go ahead and understand what are the biggest issues that you have today in your instance there, and accordingly we can apply a tuning opportunity to go ahead and enhance that as well. So very quickly to just see that, I'll just bring about and we'll see automation discovery, which is again tool you can run it on any table, not only just the let me just quickly bring that out. Not only can I go ahead and leverage this in terms of the what we have with incidents cases, I can go ahead apply it on any table that I would like to go ahead and leverage therein. So if I, and this is interesting. So here we go. So again, I'll just highlight and bring that up there. So here, all this loads. Go ahead and quickly see this. The and user agents there as well. So, in the interest of time, let me just quickly bring this up as well. So, we've talked about automation discovery. I hope you all are leveraging the capability. If not, we'll see in a second in a demo. Can bring you transformational value there. Well, that very quickly loads up there. So we'll see here as well. I have the search and user experience side of it as well. That can use predictive intelligence and out of box tools in order to go ahead and analyze what are the most popular content items, which we see here an example of, and what are the most common terms that users are leveraging when they want to go ahead and search for those knowledge articles or catalog items. This is a powerful way for you to simplify knowledge and content readiness there, which is a principal area a lot of our customers ask. And with that, machine learning can identify in our predictive intelligence clustering solutions can identify what are your most popular articles, what are the most common utterances. I enhance that into my meta of articles. I will find those articles right at the top. And that is again a very powerful framework to simplify the tuning and ensure your readiness there as well. Coming about now to what I was talking about with automation discovery. Very simple. Any non-technical stakeholder can go ahead and leverage this tool there as well. And with that, we can see here an example of this report. It is can analyze whether it's incidents or any table like I mentioned, tell me exactly what are cluster my data and tell me what are the biggest opportunities I have. So we know, for example, there's 6.2K incidents related to VPN connectivity. Today it takes 2 days and 10 hours to resolve that. Or likewise, another 5K incidents about software collaboration tools. And I know exactly what are my estimated time savings that I can realize there. This is a tool that I can then go ahead and use. Whether I know there are many incidents, the biggest categories about VPN connectivity, any knowledge articles about this, I should move them right to the top. An AI search gives you a tool called Result Improvement Tools. I can move articles, catalogs, any content right to the top. I should not only that, I can potentially go ahead and add automations. Any user wants to go ahead and reset their connectivity, they can easily go ahead and do that through the virtual agent, for instance. So this tool drastically simplifies your journey when it comes to the ability to find those issues and accordingly prioritize opportunities there as well. Finally, in the that not only such journeys, we have other journeys, and I will also be presenting Jace to send you some of these resources. But if you look at it again in terms of a crawl, walk, run, when I look at it for Nowsys and agentic AI as well, these are the typical use cases. So I can bring about agent zero, tier zero agent that can look at any incidents, cases coming together, and with that be able to trudge, categorize, and resolve that by tapping into your knowledge, catalogs, as well as any past incidents. We'll see a very quick demo of this as the last demo there. Likewise, I can bring about voice AI agents. We've just released this. These the phone channel is the most expensive, least resolution rate today, and I can go ahead, release a scalable solution that can take into account all phone calls coming in, address those. If it needs to, it can escalate it to one of your live agents. And likewise, the ability for setting up an autonomous operations where we can understand, look into all the data today, based on that, generate grouped resolution notes for all the biggest incident categories. Using our playbook generation capabilities, you can generate an autonomous playbook that can be used by your service desk agents or AI agents to resolve any issue that comes in seconds there. So, with that, to just highlight this last use case there. So here we see first how I can easily go ahead and enable my any employee. This is in terms of use cases has been one of our most value contributing to customers already. Any employee can now raise an issue in terms of just putting ServiceNow lens, and then with that, ServiceNow Lens can understand the image or any whether it's a web page, an image, etc., and then go ahead and directly input all of the context into an incident there as well. So we see that in a matter of seconds, what typically the issues that we have there with employees not providing enough information for incidents or cases or my customers, then with that, we see there's no data in a matter of a second. The incident is categorized, is also the short description is updated, And then I can go ahead and set AI agents to go ahead and resolve that as well. So we can see here, even if a user goes ahead to enter their own incident there, what I talked about, tier zero AI agent comes about, and here the user opens that incident in a matter of a few seconds, can tap into your knowledge, catalog, into your past incidents to generate a response for users. That is how you can realize that transformational value I talked about earlier in the session, taking a data driven framework to it. We can simplify and advance through the journey and then realize what you see here in the slide 94% deflection using the VA, with 75% adoption across all their agents there. Hope this gives you good context in terms of how you can leverage the capabilities and tools that we have in ServiceNow, whether automation discovery, Now Assist evaluation readiness tool that we have just released yesterday for ServiceNow Impact customers, and likewise, in terms of being able to advance, whether it's through tier zero AI agents, voice agents, or even the autonomous IT there as well. Thank you very much with that for your participation here. I'm looking forward to send you the resources in terms of what you see here as well. Thank you all. With that, if there are any questions or any, I don't want to take off time there. I know there are other sessions there as well, but if there are any questions, I can stay back and address those as well. Thank you. I can see there were actually some questions earlier. Isn't that the report that exists on out of box knowledge dashboard? So this is Chad. This is a separate tool to your question there, and this is a tool that can support in terms of automation discovery lives separately to the knowledge one and can analyze whether it's incidents, cases, or any other context there as well. And with that, thank you all. Have a great rest of your day and enjoy the rest of the event there as well. Thanks to all the organizers as well as the presenters and participants. Much appreciated. Thank you.